herzlich willkommen. Einen schönen guten Abend. Herzlich willkommen zum 33. Filmfest Hamburg. Ja, gerne. Auch herzlich willkommen und hallo da oben. Schön, Sie alle hier so zahlreich zu sehen. Mein Name ist Tabea Hohnsee und ich freue mich, Sie begrüßen zu dürfen zu unserem zweiten Screening von AMOUR Apocalypse unter der Regie von Émond. Kommen Sie gerne rein. Ich freue mich. Und das Tolle ist, ich freue mich sehr, dass die Regisseurin und Autorin heute auch da ist. Das heißt, wir werden im Anschluss auch ein tolles Gespräch führen können. Das werden wir auf Englisch führen. Sie sind aber auch herzlich eingeladen, die Fragen auf Deutsch zu stellen. Wir werden dann übersetzen. Fühlen Sie sich eingeladen und bitte begrüßen Sie mit mir nun auf der Bühne Émond. Please welcome on stage, Émond.
Hello, Dankeschön. Thank you very much. Thank you for inviting the movie. It's such a nice city. I walked a lot today. Thank you, under the sun. Very nice. Thank you. I won't say a lot about the film, except that it's a comedy. If it's not clear, you can laugh. If it was a joke. And I think this film is humble and simple and funny because I think that's what we need right now, humanity. Yeah. Good evening.
Thank you. Thanks for being here. Please welcome on stage Émond.
Merci.
Thanks. So as I said, please feel free to ask questions. Fühlen Sie sich eingeladen, auch auf Deutsch zu fragen. So Anne, the lamp in your film is the starting point for Adam, but it was also the starting point of the whole film's process. Could you tell us a bit about this?
Yeah. It started in 2019. It was 2020, the beginning of the pandemic, and I was sad, and I think depressed, like in depression, and I was hit by climate change. I knew climate change was happening, but I don't know why. In 2020, it became super personal. I felt like I was sad and really scared for the future for the first time. And it was in Montreal. It was like in January, minus 40 degrees Celsius. And I met a friend on the street, and after like 5 minutes I was like crying and I couldn't stop. And the week after, he gave me a lamp. It was on the balcony. And it's really moving because he doesn't make any money, and this lamp are quite expensive. So he bought me a lamp. And I don't know if it... Well, I'm not depressed anymore, so it worked a little bit, but I don't know if it's the lamp. But that's how it started. Yeah.
And then you started writing. You're also the writer of this story, not only director. So this film works on multiple layers. We have this personal layer, but also the universal one, dealing with climate anxiety, the climate crisis. When you started this writing process, which layer, or was there a layer that you focused more on?
I think it's difficult. I think it was always the personal level, because the thing is that I love human so much. Like and I hate us sometimes. I'm like, I love our love stories, our family stories, our little drama. I love how we are and how we put ourselves in the middle of everything. Like we're so centered in life. I love it and hate it. So I think it was always a human level and the personal level. But the thing is that at some point we kind of have to think about the rest, because there won't be more personal level if we don't have a place to live. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we get to meet Adam in the beginning, and he's the main character, or one of the two main characters in this film. You portray him in a very gentle way. You show his vulnerability, you show him crying, you show him having no real emotional communication with his father. So what was your focus when you developed his character? Why did you want to show his vulnerability?
Adam is a lot like me, to be honest. Well, I said that already, but I'm kind of vulnerable and too sensitive, and yeah, I'm a lot like him. I'm less isolated. I have more friends. I have like a family and people around me, but there's a lot of me in this character. But I thought it was interesting that he would be a man, I'm a woman, and I was like, oh, this was one of the first decisions. I was like, oh no, I want to put a distance between me and these characters, so my mother won't recognize me, but she watched the film and she knew. Anyway, the first thing I wanted to put distance, and also I thought it was interesting that as a woman in 2025 I could write this male character. We're finally there. Like a lot of men filmmakers invented many super women in the history of cinema, and they also wrote very bad woman character. So we're at some point in the history where it's okay that maybe this guy is too sensitive, or maybe it doesn't make any sense for some people, but I don't care. Like I wrote this character.
And I think it's this vulnerability, but also this sensitivity that makes this film emotionally strong. So I don't think he's too much of anything. Are there any questions or remarks from the audience? Would you like to share some thoughts on this film, or ask a question, of course, now that we have the director here? Please.
Did it help your climate anxiety to make this film?
No. Great question. In fact, yes and no. Now you know it, so I won't tell a lot about that. But it's terrible because with Trump and the wars, and we're doing all what we shouldn't do. Like we won't talk about climate change for a while now, which is terrible. It's interesting because Patrick Émond, the actor of the film, says he feels better about this after doing the film, because he's like, now I know that I have to be like able to love people and to be loved by people. That's the best I can do, you know. I have to be available to my children, to the person I love, my family and everything. That's what's important. There's nothing else I can control. I can understand that. So I would say it depends of the day. And also it doesn't make any sense because now I travel. I took a plane because I couldn't like swim from Montreal. So it's very difficult to be coherent.
Is there another question? Please.
Hi. I was wondering if you had hopes during the process or now about how people would react after seeing your movie. Hopes, yeah, hopes or doubts, or what do you expect from us? Thanks.
Thank you. I think I wanted to address some real issues. Like nobody talk about climate change in the movie because it's quite boring, and we hear about that a lot. Like we know we don't hear about that anymore, but we know it's happening. So it's like it's quite a terrible fear. I think it's terrible to think that our house will change like forever. I don't think we will all die like in a Hollywood movie, but like it's a new fear. But I know everyone in different time of history thought it was the end of the world, but now it's kind of a new thing. It's like, ooh, what air will we breathe? So I wanted people to think about that, but I wanted people to be kind of joyful and lighthearted also, because if we're not happy, why should we save the planet? So I wanted something in between, like it's not going well, but I didn't want to depress you. Yeah.
I would like to follow up on this because in this film, Adam is taking action, slowly taking more and more action. He's exercising, he's doing sports. He has this small steps where he maybe feels he's in control of something again. And how far did you want to motivate this taking action?
He does things for his own sake and health. This I think is interesting because this society is asking a lot of us. It's like half of us is depressed right now. I see you, but no, I mean, our society drives us like depressed. 50% of people will have pills at some point. I don't know if it's like here, but in Canada, that's it. Half of the people will have anxiety of depression, and it's because of our society and competition and money and everything. And then once you're depressed, you have to take care of yourself. You have to buy a lamp, you have to do meditation and to run and to do yoga to try to feel better. So I kind of think it's a lot to ask to people. So he does things, but it's not enough, and I'm not sure it should be on us that much. It should be on us, but all together. And I'm not sure, like, doing the SUV tires, don't do that. I'm not sure it's a good thing to do. So I think he's just looking like for an answer, like all of us. And that I had quite nice Q&A with people. They were like, but what should we do? And I'm like, if I knew, it's like I would write the Bible.
Are there any more questions? Yeah, please.
I have a technical question. How did you realize the weather scenes? Were they shot in studio or in the environment?
The storm?
Yeah, for example.
Yeah, we shot the film in 35 film millimeters, so it's quite complicated because you have to light way more, and we decided to do a real time storm. So it's not in studio. It's like with this old school. It's like this old school camera with old school rain machine and blower. And it was freezing, and it was super difficult. And it's a low budget film, but trying to do Hollywood kind of storm. So me and the actor Patrick, we were screaming at each other. I'm cold. I don't want to do it anymore. But we managed to do it. But the snow scenes where he meditates. Yeah. This is real snow. Also, we've been very lucky because with climate change, there's some winter with no snow, and we had like the biggest storm we had for 10 years this year.
Thank you.
I think I saw another hand. Please, as loud as you can.
My question was, as I understand, the main point of the film was about climate change and this agenda, not to use it in a bad way, just to convey this meaning to people. The point was correct me if I'm wrong. Then the question is, this material, form of the material, how is it
Yeah. In fact, I kind of wanted at some point that the film is not realistic. It's almost in the head of Adam at some point, and he becomes like more and more obsessed. And even at the end, this storm, this huge storm, at some point is like, is it for real or is it in his head? Or the ending in the paradise with the animals and everything. It's like, is it for real or they are back in paradise? So this this meteor, it's like, maybe it's his. And in my idea, Adam, if he sees that, he has an answer to it. It's like, it's because of the forest fire, it's because of, he knows for a fact that it's our fault. You know what I mean? It's like, he's so well informed.
Yeah, that thing about blue light is
Yeah. It's true. The red is the moon is always red in Canada in summer, for 5 years. Yeah. And we kind of find it super pretty and put pictures on our Instagram of the moon, and then we're like, yeah, but it's not a good news.
There was another question, please.
Just a little question, how did you cast the characters and what were the biggest challenges in producing the film? Maybe the training of the dogs?
Yeah, question about the cast? Yeah, okay. So Patrick Yvon, who plays Adam, is a well-known actor in Quebec, and I really like him, and he's a lot like Adam. They are almost the same character. He says no, but we say yes. We're like, yeah, you're Adam. We know it. And Piper Perabo, who plays Tina, I saw her in the Prestige by Christopher Nolan. Well, she's in other things, but when I watched this film, I don't know why, she was like always in the back, like it's Scarlett Johansson and Piper Perabo, and she looks so nice and sweet and I don't know, easy to talk to. And she is, and she read the script and she said yes, and we're lucky because I think they go very well together. And the difficult part, it depends, but the dog was not that easy, but because then I'm allergic, it doesn't, but I love them, which was fun. It was that they had their own schedule. You know, when you're a dog and you don't want to go from point A to point B, it's not like an actor where you can just fight a little bit or find a solution. You're like, no, you go there, come on. A dog, like, we couldn't, like, yeah, so we had to wait. And it was fun because we had to follow their rhythm. But it was, like, I was anxious about the time, but it finally, we kind of waited for the dog a lot for them to be ready. And it's part of the film, like, to respect the life around us.
You mentioned Piper Perabo, and I would like to talk about Tina, the character of it, because yesterday at the German premiere here, you mentioned something about how you came up with the conversation that Adam has in the beginning of Tina, where we don't see her for quite a long time. Could you repeat this? Could you tell us about how you came up with these conversations, please?
I don't exactly remember because I was nervous. It was the German premiere, but I remember that at the beginning I just received a lamp and there was this notice, like, you can call us, blah blah, and I never called, so I don't know what would have happened. But I remember that at this time I felt quite lonely, and I needed to talk with someone, so I kind of wrote those conversations for myself. And that's why Tina is so perfect. Like, she's funny, she's light-hearted, and she says all the good things to Adam. And at some point I was not depressed anymore. And I was like, yeah, but love is not to invent someone. Love is to accept someone, and someone is not only perfect. Well, no one is perfect. So I was like, okay, no, Tina exists, and she has this husband and the kids and all this life. And I thought it was better. And we decided on the soundtrack that the phone call would be that almost direct, like there's no filter, so you could believe that it was like her, like the Spike Jonze movie, like that she was an AI or something. And I'm not a fan of her, to be honest, because of those reasons. I'm like, yeah, but it's such a male fantasy. I'm not that a fan of this film, so that's why I decided that she's alive.
And we get to see her.
Yeah.
Just for the context, Her is a film where a man falls in love with an AI voice. Actually, Scarlett Johansson's voice. So that's quite an interesting thing about this. And with Tina and with Pepper Parabo, we do get to see her at some point. Yeah. Are there more questions from the audience? Please, in the back.
Hey, oh, okay. First of all, I want to say that it's amazing to have all these like random, jokey scenes. Yeah, I laughed a lot in these, so that was amazing. And what I was thinking about is this snowy scenes. Why did you came up with this scenario in the meditation?
Thank you first for liking the stupid jokes. I kind of like it too. The snow. Yeah, I at some point someone who also tried to help me because I was so depressed said, try this meditation and send me a link to a meditation. I will sound really depressed, but I'm okay. But yeah, at some point someone sent me a link to try it. And I tried it and I didn't like it at all. I couldn't do it. I think some people like it, but I didn't. But I thought they want you, well, the people who try to help you to meditate, they want you to imagine yourself in a happy or safe place. And for me, as like a Québécoise, Canadian, of course, it was the snow because that's what I'm afraid that will disappear. Like, I think it depends of where you're from, but if you're from a northern country like me, every winter we see it, like there's less and less snow, and it's like, oh, I hope it won't, like I hope I won't be there when there's no winter, or like, I thought it was interesting that Adam's quiet place is the snow, and also it's quite isolated and sad in a little way, but not for me. For me it's like peaceful, and yeah, I feel fine in this huge white environment.
I think there was another hand, but maybe it's gone. All right, yeah.
Yeah, it was me actually wondering about the meditation too. If you wrote it yourself and if you're using it now.
Yeah, I wrote it myself. In fact, I kind of use all those like very regular sentences, like take a deep breath and everything. Of course, it's like normal, but at some point I did no meditation voice will say you the world is collapsing, so it's not very relaxing. So this, I decided that I would write that, or the thing about the apple trees. If it's the end of the world tomorrow, I'm gonna plant. This is from me. Like I rewrote a lot of the meditation, and no, I still tried this afternoon, and it didn't work. I don't like it.
So my question for you, in terms of this film, but also maybe in this universal overall sense of climate crisis, climate anxiety, what do you wish for?
I'm super curious, to be honest. I'm less anxious now about climate change. I'm kind of curious of what will happen and what we'll see and how the world will change, because I think it will. In the next, I don't know, 10, 20 years. And I'm curious about this new world. I hope we'll find ways, I hope we'll make it for, because it could be a great opportunity. I'm not sure this life is making us happy. All those objects that we have to buy and all those trips we have to do and all those dreams we have the opportunity to realize, but I'm not sure it's making us really happy. So I try to be hopeful that it will be great changes. And also I think it's one of the things that I think the best, the quality, can you say quality? Anyway, I think we'll have to be nice to each other. I think that's what I think. We should learn to garden together, plant tomato. I don't know. That's what for real. That's what I think. I think we should end this competition and this. Yeah, that's what I hope we'll do with this future that we have to change anyway.
The international title for international sales is Peak Everything. So you're referring to that we have peaked already, and that maybe this is an opportunity as well, if the peak has been there. But what about the peak, the willingness to take action? Have we peaked in this as well?
No, I don't think. I don't know. Some scientists says we've peaked on the resources. I think it's true. I think they are right. I'm under the impression that I don't know. I will say hi because I don't know if you feel the same. But I know I peaked in many ways, not in a good way. I feel that this life is asking and giving much more than I can take. I don't know if it makes sense. I feel it could be simpler. I feel I could be closer to nature, and life could be less challenging. Again, you'll think I'm depressed. I'm not depressed. I'm no. This life is asking and giving a lot from us. So I think, I hope it's the I don't know. Maybe we'll be here in 10 years with AI and you and me, and I don't know what the future will be. But I'm under the impression that we've reached it's kind of enough of progress. If it's called progress, I don't know.
Well, we would like to see you here again in 10 years.
My AI version.
Thanks for being here. Thanks for bringing your film. Danke für Ihre Zeit. Danke für Ihr Interesse. Thank you. An Émond.
Danke.